I'm with Mike Rudling. He's the CEO of Radix Nutrition here at Horror just north of Hamilton. And Mike's got a really interesting career, having started off as a high-performance cyclist on the European cycling circuit. Not an easy gig, I would imagine. And here we are today. Mike's now heading up one of New Zealand's fastest-growing high-value nutrition companies with a background in high-performance nutrition protein products, but looking to move into the everyday consumer market, making those the science that sits behind the products more available to everyday consumers. Mike, thanks for taking the time to catch up. Just a little bit about your own background. What did you take away from your time on the European cycling circuit that sort of get you to where you are here at Horror 2, North Waikato today?
Yeah, it's great to be here. So my question or my insights from being an athlete were just a real appreciation for what can be achieved with nutrition.
Yeah.
I grew up referencing all of the scientific literature that I could get my hands on. I was very fortunate to grow up around a lot of high performance teams, nutritionists, dietitians, and just a real appreciation for what can be achieved with nutrition if it's made very, very simple for people to apply into their everyday lives. Right. So, yeah.
I get the impression you've seen there's been a bit of a wall between what high-performance athletes can access or the knowledge they have and what's made available to your everyday consumer who may want to make the change in their diet, but it just all gets too hard often, doesn't it?
Absolutely. We were talking about that earlier on. So it's the application gap we see between what is known scientifically and what is put forward to a consumer in an everyday product.
Yeah.
And then typically we see a very big delay in getting a consumer a state-of-the-art product.
Right.
And that's really where we get excited at Radix and where we focused on. So again, closing that gap between what is known scientifically to be an ideal and then what is going out into a consumer product that people can reach every day.
And is it a case that often consumers are who are wanting to make that shift? It seems you've recognised that need to package it up in a form that's can compete head-to-head with highly processed, less nutritious products, it seems.
Yeah, I mean, we have to get into the everyday consumer space. So as we were saying earlier on, in the very niche world of high-performance sports and supplements, some things are known.
Right.
But how do you get that across into the everyday market? How do you get that across into most people's grocery baskets so that they're improving the quality of their family's health? Yeah,
right. You enjoy a very good relationship with Fonterra as your main supplier of high quality protein. What is it that you're finding in that relationship that's delivered you success here?
We're very proud of our relationship with Fonterra. So we were fortunate enough to meet Fonterra several years ago. Their account management team were gracious enough to give us a lot of time and attention and really set up a strong relationship with their research and development center. And we've just found the amount of technical expertise and knowledge that helps us formulate a product that achieves our goals is second to none.
Yeah, right.
And just a huge amount of support and passion from their team.
Do you think we're possibly entering a phase where, I always remember Henry van der Hayden, the past chairman of Fonterra, describing milk as like an onion. You peel a layer off, there's something else under it that you can use, and then something else again. I mean, is what you're doing taking that protein to the next level of protein, sort of another layer of that onion that you're unpeeling, if you like?
You know, I think what's going to happen globally is the consumer interest is really going to wake up to the value of the nutrition that they're taking on and the health benefits and the wellness benefits that globally people are starting to value a lot more. So I think probably the market is going to come to the dairy industry and to Fonterra.
Yeah.
But yeah, we look at it from as I mentioned to you earlier on, redesigning or defining nutrition on a scientific basis. And there's just a huge groundswell of consumer awareness on the value of the foods that we eat and the nutritional value that they have to contribute towards our diets. And I think in that process, there's a lot more demand into the value of some of these special ingredients that come from dairy, amongst many other foods.
Yeah, and it's interesting, you seem to be hooking into an area that Fonterra has been working on around phospholipids, haven't you? And sort of into that brain-gut interaction as such, and what you eat can affect how your mind is performing and your level of...
It's just such a wonderful emerging area of science and consumer interest as we understand. You know, some of these areas of science aren't very old.
No.
Some of them are single-digit years old.
Yeah. Yeah.
it's just really heartening to see the uplift that you can get in a customer's health or in our own health through really drilling into the detail and appreciating the finer details of what nature tells us about our diet. And phospholipids, as I mentioned to you earlier on, probably one of the single most impressive ingredients we've ever seen. And we're hugely excited about that.
And we're only really just starting to understand that field too, aren't we? It's
right at the
quite
forefront.
New.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on the cusp of that.
In terms of the company here in Hora2, Mike, what are your plans for the next couple of years? You're looking onwards and upwards, obviously. You're looking to export, or you?
We are. So we want to play a lot more strongly in our domestic markets, and then build a very strong base on our company to take it into its international markets, which is we're very proud to come from New Zealand. Yeah. But we're here to be the biggest international player that we can be. Great. And we look forward to achieving that.
Exciting times. Best of luck with it. Yeah. Thanks, Mike. Thank you.